Yeah, we have 5, right?
You have to have at least one.
You're all done again.
All right, let's get started.
Yes,
So,
let's change a few.
welcome to Hyannis Main Street Waterfront Historic District Commission. To all persons interested or affected by the town of Barnstable, Hyannis Main Street Waterfront Historic District Commission, ordinance under Chapter 112, Article 3 of the Code of the Town of Barnstable, you are hereby notified that a hearing is being held at Town Hall 367 Main Street, Hyannis, Mass. Selectmen's Conference Room, second floor, 6:30 p.m. on Wednesday, March 5th, 2025. This meeting of March 5th, 2025 is being recorded and broadcast on the Town of Barnstable's Government Access Channel. In accordance with MGL Chapter 38, Section 20, the chair must inquire as to whether anyone else in this meeting, and if so, to please make your presence known. No takers on that. If I could ask you to please silence your cell phones, put them on vibrate, whatever it is you want to do. Calling this meeting to order. Commissioner Wentworth?
Here.
Commissioner Watson?
Here.
Commissioner Matthews?
Here.
Commissioner Carley did say he was not able to make it tonight. Neither is Commissioner Hinckley Needham or Commissioner Clark. Commissioner Cronin?
Aye.
Jack Kay is not here tonight. We have 5 out there. And then we have Commissioner Doherty.
Here.
And I also, Cheryl Powell, am here. Can I ask staff to please introduce themselves?
Karen Pina, Admin Assistant, Planning and Development.
Corey Pacheco, Senior Planner, Planning and Development.
Thank you very much. And can I also thank our Town Council Liaison, Councilor Bloom, and also former Town Councilor Liaison to the HHDC, Commissioner Lucky. Always a pleasure to have the two of you here. And thank you to all of our guests for coming. Just to remind everyone of our new wonderful sound system, picks up everything, doesn't always spell it right, but it's very sensitive, even in the hallways. So be aware of that. Just because we don't have the microphone does not mean that we're not all being recorded, okay? All right, so called order, roll call. Welcome to everyone. Trainings, again, conflict of interest training. Please make sure you're up to date. Nothing on awards tonight, and I don't think we have any correspondence, do we? We have one.
so.
Yeah. Okay. Not tonight. Okay, so continued business. Complete Home Group LLC, 183 Ino Road, Hyannis, map 328, parcel 201. This is with regard to exterior renovations. On this tonight, because we do have quorum, but we have, everybody will be voting on this, except for on this one, Laura, I believe, because you were not here, you will not be voting on this. So if I call your name, just remind me, throw a piece of paper at me or something. Okay, is there someone here for this, please? If I could ask you to please come up and to sign your name and to announce it when you're ready.
Okay.
I got these all in nice order and then I messed them up again. Oh, I didn't have that one. Yeah, I didn't see this one.
So Kevin, you may not have the new stuff because it just came in, so I didn't have
Oh,
to get it
okay.
into the link. So it's those two down the end.
Yep.
Oh, I'm gonna get, can you give me 2 of those? back?
Sure.
In your staff report one,
Thank you.
Anybody else need one while I'm up?
in your staff report.
Stop.
Staff reports, yeah.
Thank you.
And also that's new, Kevin, that hard.
This one?
Nope, the
That
white card.
Got it. I think I got this one here.
Hold on, I'll take one of those.
All right.
Only one you have.
Well, I wasn't on the other one, so you can take a picture there.
I'm ready now.
Okey dokey. So,
All
can you
right.
state your name, please?
Yeah.
and-
Good evening, everybody. My name is Chad Hill. I'm with Complete Home Group out of Centerville. We are the general contractors for the construction project located at 183 Road in the once known as Puffer Bellies. So
I like that
now,
name.
yeah, and the new name, as we all know, we heard last week, the engine room,
Mhm.
which was quite fitting. I have to start with taking a step back. Last hearing, we talked about the elevations, and I brought this in just to help
Should we have a
everybody
tripod?
see this a little better, so.
Maybe,
We're gonna see if we can get your tripod.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. Put on the trailer.
Yeah, we'll do that. That would be the second choice.
Okay. Oh, she's going all the way upstairs.
I don't think so. I think she's just going out.
You wanna hold it up?
Why don't I-
Here, I'll hold
why
it for you.
don't- okay. Why don't we take one end, I'll take the other.
Madam Chair, sit down.
Okay.
You're not charging our house, it's great.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
I don't know how to set it up.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I'll just hold it, take two.
Yeah.
It's gotta be a short presentation.
All right, yeah, it's not, I'm gonna run through.
David, are you
this.
charging a retainer to hold it?
I am, I'm charging my hourly rate.
Okay, so we have a window change,
Can
with
everyone
this.
see it okay?
I don't know if
They
you,
might not be able to.
Higher.
yeah, so the previous elevation plan had single hung windows in some locations where we're actually gonna be changing to single fixed units. If you notice these windows here, they're a bit higher, and what we're basically doing is reusing the existing opening. We don't wanna make any changes necessarily. The building once had these larger windows, you know, some time ago. We don't know exactly when, but they had bricked this in and they raised the granite sill, like you can see here. So now we're left with this opening. So to save costs, we're proposing just to reinstall windows in the existing openings as the building is today.
Does the rest of the rest of the window look like it's bricked in, or does it blend in with the?
It blends in. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it blends in. All the header heights are the same. It's just that these are just raised up a little bit. And then you can see, you know, these are the entry doors. These are gonna be hollow metal, egress doors. And this is in the back side of the building. The carriage doors, you know, these doors didn't change. These are gonna remain as just, fake doors that we're gonna build out to make it look like a carriage door. And garage doors stay the same. This bump out addition stays the same, no change there. Glass storefront. And then on this side, which faces the railroad track, there are a couple of window openings that are open, and then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 windows that are actually blocked in. So,
Thanks, Claire.
Least I could do, I think I had a lot of fun in Papa Belly's a long time ago.
thanks a lot. Appreciate
I
that.
think I gotta pay it back a little bit.
Yeah.
Copy room.
Yeah.
Remember walking in?
Thank you, Corey.
Carried out a thing.
Thank you very much. So as I was saying, on the back side elevation that faces the railroad track, which nobody really can see,
Can you just move that chair right there?
this chair.
Thank you.
So nobody really can see this elevation here. This is facing the railroad tracks. They had used CMU block wall to block in these openings. That's the way it is now. So we're just proposing to build shutters and put the shutters over the openings,
That's a good idea.
you
Looks
know,
better.
and just paint them black to match the rest of the trim. And so I think that would look nice. And then these two windows are left open, so we're gonna plug windows in there. So that's it for the window change.
Can you talk about the two single doors with the black tops? What is that?
Yeah, these are,
To the right, that one,
so this is a hollow metal door,
okay.
solid door, so that'll be painted black. This is a louver up above it, and that's for, there's gonna be two, it's hard to tell with the way these elevations are drawing, but if you look at the back side of the building, there'll be one on the left and one on the right, these louvers here. That's for the air intake and exhaust for the HVAC system. Let's see, we talked about the brick, we're gonna repoint the brick. The aluminum gutters and downspouts, I've provided you a photo of exactly what we're proposing to use. So it's a round downspout with just your traditional clay-style gutter.
What were you doing with the brick again?
Just repointing it,
Just
repointing it, yeah. So we just go around, we just fix up the damaged areas and blend it in with some of the newer areas. There's kind of a mixed match of new brick and old brick, and so we'll clean it up as best we can.
And these are the garage doors that you talked about. This is what's,
Yes,
these are the garage doors.
yes. They'll be black though.
Okay.
And the surround part?
That is going to be, that's noted,
Brick, isn't it?
no, well, it's a combination
Okay,
of brick and hardy plank siding.
you did say that, okay.
So, let's talk, so hardy plank siding, we talked about that last time. We were proposing to use, right now we're gonna use hardy. We decided to go with the hardy, it's just, more cost effective.
Can we
This
pass
is,
around?
this is a sample, well, I just wanna show you real
Oh,
quick
okay.
what it looks like. So when you put the two of these together, let's see, got it right here. So this is a square channel groove. So there is a photo in your documents, that showcase what this looks like. Kinda hard to tell with
And
this
that's
little
gonna be
sample.
black again, huh?
Pass
This-
it around
yeah,
as
you
it
can pass
is.
it around. And the
Stuck
color,
on black, you stuck on black?
yeah,
I guess a red brick like a cream color would be better,
Here,
that's,
especially with those fluted columns between the doors.
yeah, these fluted yeah,
Those are beautiful, those old fluted
oh, yeah,
columns.
yeah.
Yeah.
So our intent is to paint these black as well. So it's
Just
just,
look great if they were cream color.
yeah, we could talk to the owner about that,
I don't know, I like the black.
yeah.
no,
Just
I
saying.
like the black too.
Something stately about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is,
Sure. You go, Colin.
it's called Black Magic.
Nice.
It's a color collection. Let's see, now we've got, lighting plan. So we do have a lighting plan in your documents.
This is the one that was submitted tonight.
This is the one that was just submitted, yeah, that Karen just. Got the red dots all over it. And then there's a second. There's a second sheet.
It's over there by Conrad.
What's the second sheet look like? This is another one that came in tonight.
Oh, okay. You sure?
Oh, is it on the
No,
flip
that's
side?
landscape.
Somehow it landed on his,
Oh, flip side.
yeah, on the flip side.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
There's a lot of light.
it's nice.
Yeah, they, you know,
Nice area to be lit.
good. Yeah, it needs to be.
displayed quite a bit of lighting here. You can see we have goosenecks over the doors, one over each door. And I think we have some over the, showcase that here, but there's some on this entry wall here. In the plane, I believe.
You want to use
Right
that one
here.
to point people?
Yeah, this, let's see, it's got a legend on here, so star, you got this gooseneck that kind of angles down. Oh, I think this is actually, this is where I believe he's proposing to do the signage, because this is the wall, this is the elevation that faces the entrance. So as you pull in, you'll have this style gooseneck over the signage. And then these are gonna be over the doors, and these are the parking lot lights. So you can see they're all similar,
They go
you know, they kind of go together.
Same family.
Yeah, right.
And just looking at the map here, Chad, that opening there on the bottom left-hand side of this drawing, that's gonna be the only entrance and exit, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Okay.
Good with the lights?
Yep.
Let's look at it.
All right.
Thank you for the plan.
It helps. I should have numbered them, like you said.
Well, you
know, it's
designed
just-
them, you had the stars, the circles, and triangles.
Yeah, I try to.
You have a lot of landscape area, which is fantastic. Do you have any plans on?
Yeah, that's on my list here to discuss too, the
Okay,
landscape
great.
plan, along with the site plan. The site plan and the landscape plan, you can kind of see, they go together, they're in your documents. There's a whole site plan in your document package that showcases, the dumpster location. We were looking for the dumpster location last hearing.
We were planning on how that's going to be,
So
seen,
it really, we're gonna tuck it behind right now there's black chain link fence. If you've driven in that area, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna continue with that. We have to move the entry according to the new site plan. And I believe that's for fire and rescue clearances.
You'll have a sign out by the entrance or any type of entrance, like a gate or?
There'll be a gate, yeah. Yeah, there'll be a gate. I don't know what type of security he's gonna be using, but there'll most likely be security on the property. Because he's gonna be storing
Yeah.
expensive
Yeah.
cars.
Yeah.
definitely.
So, the dumpster is right to the right of the entry. You can see it, you can see it right here on this plan.
Guys, right here.
So that'll just be a dumpster pad. New dumpster, obviously. With the black chain link fence and gate. Let's see. And the landscape plan shows, excuse me, a plant list, that they
You wanna
had.
go to the
Yeah,
next,
I think-
plan, which one you want to look
I
at?
think, let's see.
Red dot key.
Yeah, plant key,
Yeah.
plan.
Yes, please, you have a spare one.
Oh, I see, found that.
Oh, yeah, plant.
Probably not there. Keeping
Oh,
track.
that's the next one.
What's at the end?
Here, I have it.
Oh, thank you very much.
That-
Oh, it was,
That's
nobody
the
put.
lighting?
No, I got it.
This is the landscape.
Yep,
That's the lighting.
you just break this up because everybody put everything on
They
top.
look similar. To the red dots.
Yep, perfect, thank you. No, that's
Want to use this to tell?
Sure,
explain
yeah,
to
I'll
them?
just run through this real quick. Now, I believe he's working, just check something here. He's- I haven't met her yet, but Alice Creek.
Okay.
She's with the town,
Okay.
so she works with the town.
Do you know who else?
I do know.
Oh,
Yeah, so he's, Trent, the owner, is working with her,
Okay.
Excellent.
with this plan to arrange with this,
Alice Marcus Creek.
yeah, she's putting this plan, helping him work this out with the trees.
Excellent.
We've got, it's marked out with which ones he's using in which areas.
Pardon.
So you can see what's going on there with the different trees.
That's great.
Looks beautiful.
Yeah, so I think this'll provide some,
It'll look like a park, it's gonna be. so
coverage,
pretty.
for some shaded areas for some of the cars. I don't know what they really need, but I think it'll dress the property up quite a bit.
Mm.
Because there's nothing there now, it's bare.
Yeah, I like it. Is there anything else on that list?
I think that's everything, that covers everything that we're looking for, except for the signage, and that'll be a separate item.
Separate application. Okay. So if you're done with that part of the presentation, I'm going to ask the commissioners if they have any questions with regard to the presentation before we will then open it up to public comment and then come back to deliberate on what we have for it. And I also would like a staff report as well.
Procedure.
Sure.
What are we focusing on for approval tonight?
What we're focusing on for approval tonight is not the signage, that's gonna come
No.
back to us, that's been made clear. So it's just with the exterior renovations, so it's everything that has just been presented, the siding that he's been kind enough to bring in to us, the changes on the windows,
The lighting plan?
the lighting plan,
And the
landscaping
landscape.
plan, and that would, I would suggest that on a motion, it would be to, acknowledge that you're working with the town to make sure that the landscaping is appropriate for this area.
Thank you.
So,
I don't have a question, but I just have a compliment. This is a really, really well-done plan, and both the last time you came in and today, I'm thoroughly impressed with how much you are able to show us and put on the board, and so we have an understanding. And I couldn't be more excited that this building is gonna be saved and updated and look great. So please tell Trent, give him my compliments as well, but he's done a fantastic job.
Thank you very much.
much.
Yeah, we appreciate
And
that.
particularly where we asked you for the landscape plan and Cheryl asked you for the lighting plan and you got it. We really appreciate that. Yeah.
Excellent.
I didn't expect as many lights, but I'm delighted with it.
It's gonna be a park with all the lights and the trees and
Lights,
everything.
I wish I had an antique car. I think you did a beautiful job.
Yes,
Thank you.
And for that area, it needs it, my God.
It does.
I hope you inspire other people.
Yeah.
Excellent job.
anything more on the presentation?
Like I said, I can't vote for it because I missed the first one, but I wished I could. It's a wonderful presentation and complete, and it's a really good, very vitally take care of it.
Confusing, but
Thank you.
very good.
Thank you.
No, very simple, follow the key.
Oh, I like the following the triangles and the circles and the stars.
Yeah, right.
Thank you.
Try to make it easy on you.
I like
Yeah.
it, I like
Yeah.
it. So in that case, I'm going to open it up for public comment. Is there anyone here who wants to make a comment on it? Oh, yes, Commissioner, Town Councilor Lucky.
Okay, I guess I can just speak from here. One thing I did mention to Corey, and I can't cite it myself, but I do believe the town has a ordinance regulation that dumpsters have to be visually shielded. I don't think a chain link fence is gonna cut it. I don't know if Corey is aware of it, but somehow that sits in my mind. So you might have to do some sort of a more visually,
Could you put
solution
those slats?
Probably some type of screen.
Something, I think
Hides
it is. Yeah, I don't know, you'd have to look at what the town has, and I wish I had it.
Okay.
It has to be out of sight of the public.
Yes,
Yeah, it can't be behind a chain link, it
Yeah,
has
no,
to
not a
have.
chain link. You're
yeah.
absolutely right. It has to be
that
behind.
is correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what we can do, if we're going to be making a motion on it tonight, and I strongly suspect we will, is we can add in that motion that not only working on the landscaping, but to work with planning to make sure that it abides by the rules with regard to visual aspect. That's why we wanted to know about the dumpster.
Yeah.
Is
Corey,
it,
do you know on screening, there is some very fine material that can be used on chain link that lets the air through but is blackout?
Mhm.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Is that something that could be considered?
Something definitely that would be
Because then they
considered, yes.
don't have to change the fence and it does black it out but lets the air through.
We'll have the applicant look into some options to bring to us so
Great.
we can review.
Great.
Okay.
But above and beyond that, I wanted to echo what I've heard here. I remember this is Puffer Bellies, and then it just sat there like so many of our buildings, And, I read in the material, it's probably the West Barnstable brick, so thank you for, maintaining that. Your drawings are beautiful, I love the shading, I mean, it really is beautifully done. And your attention to detail is outstanding. And this will bring life to that area, which has just been so neglected. I'm hoping it will inspire, and what a fantastic use for this space too. I mean, you've just done such an amazing job, and I think that'll bring people here with these classic cars. I think it's really cool. I mean, the whole thing makes sense.
Right.
Congratulations, fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll let Trent, the owner, know.
Mm.
Yeah, he's got a vision, so.
And I know his
we're just-
wife was.
We're working for him,
His
just
wife
trying to
worked
put
at
his
historical
vision together, you know?
renovation and stuff like that. I remember that from the last meeting, so I'm sure she had a hand in a lot of this too, so great job from both.
Yeah, nice to see a building not torn down.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's a refreshing change.
Oh, yeah.
If we couldn't destroy it when it was puffer bellies, we gotta keep it.
I will share that my favorite car I ever owned was one of the last XJ8 Jaguars, the original that came out of Coventry in England. And it was just a joy to drive. And the upkeep was a little expensive, but anyway, but classic cars are really cool.
I had a
So,
73 Omega with a bench seat. A long time ago.
okay, so anyone else for public comment, or anyone for public comment? More? Nope. All right, bringing it, before we do the motion, we'll close the public comment. Staff, anything you wanted to report on this?
No,
Okay.
no, nothing.
Well, I think I've already heard how a lot of the commissioners feel, but anyone else want to voice anything else?
No, I think it's great.
Okay, so in that case, I'm going to invite I'm going to close public comment, ask one of the commissioners to please make a motion. On the findings, please include the address and the information there, and I would request, it's your motion, but I request it would also handle the landscaping, continue to work with the town to make sure that that's appropriate, and the dumpster, with regard to view, to also make sure that's in accordance with what the requirements are.
I'll go. I'm happy to move that the commission find this application to be compatible with preservation and protection of the district at 183 Hyannis Road in Hyannis, with the approved lighting, landscaping, gutters, window, and the hardy siding that you presented, but still to work with staff and on signage and on the fencing to hide the dumpsters from public view.
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Doherty. Remind Laura that because you weren't here for the other one, you can't vote. I love your contribution to the, about it. So, Commissioner Wentworth.
Aye.
Commissioner Doherty.
Aye.
Commissioner Matthews.
Aye.
And Commissioner Watson.
Aye.
And I also say aye. Would a commissioner like to make a motion on the certificate of appropriateness, please, with the relevant additions with regard to landscaping?
I'll just wrap it up. I move to issue a certificate of appropriateness for the application at 183 Hyannis Road in Hyannis. Again, with the lighting, landscaping, gutters, windows, and hardy siding changes that you brought to us approved, still having you have to work with the staff on signage and fencing to hide the dumpsters from public view.
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Wentworth. Commissioner Watson.
Aye.
Commissioner Matthews.
Aye.
Commissioner Doherty.
Aye.
Commissioner Wentworth.
Aye.
I also say aye. Congratulations. Very nice presentation.
Yeah, very well done.
Very well organized.
Oh, thank you.
I didn't like the human easel you had at the beginning of your presentation.
Oh, I'm sorry, the what?
The human easel.
Oh,
you
yeah,
had.
right, that was, you can send me the bill.
I've been stuck in a position like that so many times, and you're like, no.
Got the height for it though.
Exactly.
Right. Thank you.
Corey,
Thank
bail
you
me out.
very much.
Thank you, Chad.
Thank you all. Have a great evening.
You as well.
Thank you.
Okay.
Do you want me to leave these here, or?
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing them in for us.
Sure.
Do you want your,
I got my,
I think I'm next, so I don't want to be presumptuous, but.
yep, the next one is Sawyer Realty Holdings, LLC, 473 Main Street, Hyannis, map 308, parcel 084, with regard to renovation. Okay, have you signed in? State your name.
David Lawler, attorney in Hyannis, on behalf of Toyota Realty Holdings. Here before you, if you're familiar with the property, I've been here several times with different variations of what we're intending to do. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Very simple what we're trying to do. Approximately 2 years ago, you folks approved the back section of the property, which building had 20 hotel rooms, motel, I guess is the better term, and it was approved that we went before to have them converted into apartments. The structure in the back is essentially identical to the structures in the front, except for size. The ones in the front are bigger, and they also have the existing commercial uses attached, which are in brick. With respect to those, we're not seeking to do anything to those structures. Those are to remain exactly as they are today. This project has been approved by site plan review, and what we're proposing to do on the remaining buildings, A, B, and C, is to do exactly what we did in the back building. We are going forward with the colors as presented, which had previously been approved by this board on the back property. The only alterations to the building will be exactly what we did in the last building, which are to, I think we have to raise the rails in order to be in compliance with code. Some of the rails weren't tall enough. We are proposing the exact same changes that we made in the back building as we made in the front building. I don't know if I can, we're not, all the colors are consistent with the palettes presented by this board and previously approved by this board. And again, are the same color palette in the back building as will be in the upper front three buildings. We're not proposing any additional work outdoors. There'll be no work to the parking lot. There'll be no landscaping additions. This is strictly a change of use. Now, obviously, there will be significant construction on the interior of the structures, which is beyond the purview of this board, but just to let you know, we'll be converting them to the one-bedroom units. We'll be adding a sprinkler system. There'll be affordable housing. There'll be all the other things that go along with it. I know that's not part of your purview, but it's obviously a good background information to have. I know you're interested in the town and what happens. But with respect to what we're proposing here is we're strictly proposing what I think many of the people on this board today were there 2 years ago and approved the project as proposed.
It was 2 years ago. Do you have the colors? I don't remember the colors.
Here they are.
2 years
Yeah,
ago.
I provided them. I can longer arms. They're
They're on the back.
cloud cover.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. I
White
got it.
breath.
Okay, I got it.
Black, and then Kendall charcoal, and then cloud cover is the white. Those are the primaries, the black, the Kendall charcoal, and the white.
And the siding is all gonna be the same. The staircase is going up and down, or the existing staircase.
Like I said, some rails might have to be, they'll be done again, and they'll be painted black.
And the brick,
Yeah, the stucco will be painted, it's not brick.
the stucco's gonna be painted.
Yeah, the color, cloud white and charcoal in different areas as shown on the plan.
And is there a lighting plan?
We're not changing the lighting, we're keeping everything the same.
David, I just drove by it today coming into the meeting, and that back building that we did the approvals, it was really well lit. I mean, just about every room or every second room had the light in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that gonna be the same thing in these new buildings?
I think there's lights in front of them now, but I mean, if we do replace them, we'll replace them with the exact same ones that were
Okay,
approved.
because going by the first two buildings, your main buildings, it was dark, and I was like, and then that's why when I got it to the back one, I'm like, wow, look how much brighter this is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, if I would suggest, I think if you could do that lighting, that would be great, because it would just brighten up the whole area.
Yep.
The center building where the pool is that gonna stay a pool, or is that gonna be?
For now, it's gonna stay a pool, I believe. I don't know if that will be permanent, to maintain it for apartment buildings, but at some point in time, that may be changed, but for now, it will be a pool.
So
Pools are expensive, apartment buildings, the liability, lifeguards, insurance, all the other things. It's a very deep pool.
Is it gonna be open for these residents, or?
Yeah, that'll be, I mean, if it's gonna be maintained as the pool room, the outside of the pool room will not change. I don't know exactly what's gonna happen with the pool. But I don't,
Well, if you're gonna paint the other buildings, you're not gonna paint this center building?
no, the only buildings we're not gonna touch are we'll clean them up, but the brick buildings, we're gonna keep brick.
Right,
The two little ones in front, but the pool building is stucco and that will be painted along with everything
I
else.
got you.
It'll be consistent with everything else.
I think at one stage when you came before us, it was, you were going to get rid of the pools, or did I miss, am I missing?
Well, that was a whole different project.
Yeah, well, one of the discussions we had
Yeah.
included the pool building discussion.
Yeah.
And whether or not the pool was gonna stay, but
That's
that
right.
the integrity of the exterior, the intent
Mhm.
at that time was to try and keep it the way it is.
That was when we proposed the big building, big building, after whatever the letter was, in front.
Yes.
That was voted down. If we did that, we were going to remove the pool, and that was gonna be parking, okay?
Right.
Now that's a whole, I'm not addressing that because that never happened, that was just.
My point was that after that discussion, there was discussion about keeping that pool building.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, what I'm saying is, right now, the pool building is nothing, there's no change in this application.
Great.
Okay.
I can't say that permanently.
Maybe back.
Well, I mean, again, we can turn, I mean, respectfully, I don't want to make any misrepresentation. We can fill the pool in and turn it into a playroom without coming before this board.
Well, sure,
Yeah,
but no,
yeah.
we were just talking about the exterior,
Yeah.
maintaining.
No, I just didn't want to be, I would ever want to just
No, I
try
think
to.
she was very clear
Yeah.
that at least the way I interpreted it,
Mhm.
that there was no promise that it would remain a pool, and there was no promise that there wouldn't be changes, but that the exterior would remain the way it is.
And that is absolutely what's happening.
And that's all we're trying, because it's
Yeah.
been a while, we're trying to,
been a
clearing the
Yeah.
cobwebs up here, and just trying to make clear on that.
So
Thank
what
you.
we did is, we really took what this board approved 2 years ago and basically copied it to make sure that, you'd be satisfied with what's happening.
The landscaping staying, those beautiful trees are staying.
Nothing's being touched.
I have a
Just
question.
checking.
Just a point of change here. From the last time we looked at this was a motel, and you were just changing the 20 units in the back to one-bedroom apartments. And then the second proposal was to do a complete reconfiguration, massive building with apartment and hotel staying there. Now the hotel is gone completely?
Yes.
How does that happen? I'm just trying to think toward a process. How does that happen?
It's a change of use, it's allowable under zoning, and,
A change of use from a motel to an apartment building?
I mean, that's something, and I wanna be respectful, I mean, I don't think that that's within your jurisdiction, but.
I'm just
Yeah.
asking for
Yeah,
clarification
I
of the
know,
question.
and that's why I wanted to be clear. I mean, the downtown Hyannis zoning has, like any zoning district, has various uses that are allowable as a matter of right. And because we're maintaining the 2 brick buildings as commercial space, we have multifamily with a commercial aspect to it, which allows us as a matter of right to change the use, which we intend to do.
A change of uses doesn't go before the planning or anything else?
It goes before site plan review.
I'm not asking you, because that's not your
Okay.
purview, I'm asking.
It's an internal
Direction.
it's an administrative process. The zoning in the front of the lot is an administrative by right process. The rear lot is zoned differently, so it was a special permit
Correct.
to switch.
Actually, I think it was
those.
a variance, actually.
Okay, well, so anyway, so it's an administrative process to change
You said
from,
administrative process, that means it doesn't need to go through public comment, public review?
it goes, well, site plan review, if it goes to a formal hearing, that's open to public comment. But right now, it's through the building and planning.
And this did go through site plan
Process.
review.
Can administratively
Yeah, I-
approve a motel being changed to apartment buildings, one-bedroom apartment
If it
buildings?
if it meets the zoning, correct.
That was about 6 weeks ago, we went before site plan review, and it was approved with the change of use included, everything that's been presented here today. And the only condition on site plan review was that we obtained historic approval for the colors and things like that.
There was no intent on keeping it as a motel, I would say, then.
Yeah.
Well, no, initially, we intended to keep it as a motel when we wanted to propose the big building in front.
Correct.
But when that, didn't fly, my client, had to reevaluate the property and reevaluate the profit situation, and it's very expensive to run a motel, and it's seasonal and whatnot, and, on a business standpoint, the decision was made to, change it from motel use to apartment use.
And the only thing that's coming before us for really is for the things that are.
No, I get it. I just needed clarification, I'm just
I
not sure
understand,
how
that's perfectly
something
fine.
can
Yeah.
happen.
And I know last time you.
And the public, just so the public knows too, because we've
Yeah,
asked
I
these questions
I
all the
understand what
time,
you're
is
doing,
how can you prove stuff like that? Well, our purview is
Yeah.
exterior paint and brick and all of that. But if the public has any input, they should get input during some other process. But I just don't know where the process is to start, if it's site plan review,
Yeah,
or if it's
absolutely.
planning, or,
You're just asking
Or
the
whatever.
question for the
And
public.
I
so
remember
that
from
people
last time that
understand.
you were happy that a part of it was remaining a motel last time, but that obviously, based upon my client's review after the main building couldn't go up, that was one of the things that had to change.
So, I don't know if like I took happy pills before coming in, you should check my coffee, because I want to thank you, and I'm sorry, I don't remember your client's name, she was here last time.
Jessica.
Thank you both, because I remember this being contentious because of the history of that building and the trees and the beautiful landscaping, the building, and it was really a tough one to try to, to get down, but I appreciate you working on the project with us, keeping those beautiful trees in that front area, not raising up the elevation. Thank you very much for working with us. I think these changes to me seem, matching everything that goes in the back, it seems pretty,
Makes sense.
pretty doable to me.
Yeah.
But thank you very much, and thank you to Jessica.
I agree with Kevin, and thanks Jessica also, but, one thing that maybe you can consider, and it's not, us to decide in this room, I like what you did here. We all talk about getting families downtown, and, I think this little conclave there is just really a great little area with a pool, and you could put, a playground in, be a great place for families. But, a studio and one-bedroom apartments are not bringing families downtown. So maybe you could think about putting a couple two-bedroom apartments, available for people, within this project.
I can understand that, but we don't say on the inside of the use. But I totally understand what you're saying, yeah.
It's a suggestion, I know I have nothing to do with it, I like the plan, I like what you did, I'm glad we saved the building, I'm glad we saved the trees. The other project was horrifying to me, but I like this. But again, we want to bring families downtown, so maybe everybody should think about that.
Can I make another really, maybe off-the-wall suggestion? Because that building is so historic with the JFK, basically when Jack was president, how that was a place where they'd held, press conferences or whatever, some kind of a marking, some kind of a historical, plaque or something that would bring that history out, so as people walk by, they're like, oh, no kidding. I think that would, especially on Main Street, as people are walking by.
I'll certainly talk to my client about
That's
it.
not a bad idea.
Not because I taught swimming there?
Huh?
Not because I taught swimming there?
I love history, and I just think because that building has such a great history in that respect, I think that would be kind of fun. I don't know who would put that in, but I'm just throwing it out there.
I like that idea, but of course we can't.
My
we can't
client
tell you.
is very receptive to those type of things, I'll mention it to her. I would also want to factually investigate and make sure that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a history buff myself, so that was something that
Yeah.
certainly
I just think that would be really neat, if it's all checks out. People walking by can see it.
The guy who bought my wife and I bought an 1890s house, not in a historic district, and we restored it back to what it looked like in 1890s.
No kidding. That's great.
I grew up in a house, a large house that was built in 1840, and in part of the Underground Railroad. And the Underground Railroad went underneath my bedroom.
That's a wonderful, wonderful tribute to that house.
Yes, it is. Anyway, so, it's a long story on that one, I won't put people through it. So, I'm gonna open it up to public comment. Is there anyone who wants to say something to us? Okay. Counselor Lefty?
Yes. My congratulations to your client. I saw the previously proposed building that I thought was really ill-suited for this site. And the last meeting we were at, there was a discussion about context, where you have to think of things in the context of where they're being put. You're not just falling out of space. And if you look at this, you're on a corner lot. You've got the Baptist church, you've got Candy Corner, all very, kind of more delicate with landscaping and open air moving through. And so thank you, because you've really kept the context of that corner. So my congratulations, working within what you have there. And I think it's suited for this site. I have two questions. I guess you don't have to answer them. One, isn't there a bar on the corner there? Is that gonna be maintained?
It's gonna be maintained as a commercial use. I don't know what use it will be.
Okay, and then the other thing, you'd mentioned the affordability aspect of it. Do you have the inclusionary?
Yes, we do. We have the 10% affordable.
So it's just 10% affordable?
Yeah.
Would your client be willing to go any higher on that?
I don't, the numbers just don't work, and I think the 10% is, based upon what we're into this for, is reasonable, and we're gonna go by the rules and regulations, so the answer would be no.
Okay, and how many units will be affordable?
I have to look at my notes, because that's not, obviously, it's.
No, as I say, it's
so
not
there's-
in this purview, I'm just
So total
curious.
is 77, so that would be 8, and I think that there's already 2, so there's gonna be 10 affordable units in the entire property.
AMI?
It's not in my notes, but I think it's the 80.
Be 65%.
Is it 65?
For the inclusionary ordinance.
Inclusionary ordinance, thank you.
Well, I think our data show us that we do have a need. I agree with Tom's sentiments. I'd like to get more families down there in that area. But we do have a need for the one bedrooms that you're proposing. So that does hit the sweet spot for the town, for the need. Be nice to get a couple more affordables, but if you can't do it, you can't do it. But,
I mean, my client's a, very gracious and generous person, but it's a business model, and, these things, the amount of money that, just the fire suppression system that has to be put into that building is hundreds of thousands of dollars.
oh, I know, it gets very expensive. Right. But again, my congratulations. Thank you for rethinking it and working within the existing footprint and the existing buildings and maintaining the landscaping. Thank you. It means a lot to a lot of people.
Counselor Clark, you wanted to say something? And you, yes.
No, not at all.
And
Kidding me, I do.
Betty, did you sign in before?
I did not sign in.
If I could get
That's
you-
all right, I
You got it, okay.
I'll sign in at the end.
Okay.
So I guess I'll sit. Wow. Paulo Paraguay, business owner, Candy Corner. So it happens that I think David and I happen to be here every time that he has an application and I have one. Because it's the second year in a row that we're here at the same time. So I just wanted to just quickly add, as his neighbor, the difference that has made, because this is the first year that Hotel Center was purchased, has been open during the year round, and that has been huge. So it's extremely lit, it's nice, the grounds look amazing, and it's not like what it used to look during, on the off season. I don't know if you've driven down Main Street recently, but you've noticed that his lights are always lit, and Candy Corner is lit with LEDs 24/7. There's a reason for that. We want Main Street downtown to look vibrant, right? And that makes a difference when you drive downtown and you see the lights, and you look at Puritan's and you see how his displays are on. That's what we want. That's what we want our downtown to look like. So, and to your fact, it has made a difference being your neighbor, and so I do applaud the work that you guys have done. I understand that you wanted, a different concept at first, and I'm happy that, this financially works for your client, which is a lot of times that, it's been a huge investment that she's done, and we appreciate her, investing in, in Main Street and downtown, so just wanted to give some feedback as a neighbor.
I think in the Mutual Admiration Club here, the best dipped strawberries this side, I don't know where. But with respect to this use, we do maintain, open, but it's a motel in Hyannis in January, February, March. It's the very, very low occupancy rates. It's anticipated that the action and the vibrancy will, during the off-season, will be 3 or 4 times what it is now, with people coming and going and living their lives and living at that property and shopping next door and hopefully getting a late night sugar fix next door at your
Yeah,
spot.
no, I mean, and
then,
that's what it's, that's what it's all about, right?
There's an old expression, and I've done a lot of development on behalf of my clients over the 30-some odd years I was being an attorney, and I've always believed, and I've seen it, that, retail follows, residential benefits, or retail follows residential. People who live there shop, they get out of there, they want something. It's much easier to walk 20 feet than it is to get in your car and drive somewhere. I mean, granted, people still are gonna drive to Stop and Shop or wherever, but, people pop into the local stores, if they need something, they grab it, they walk around, or they just are out walking their dog and they see something and they buy it, and it generates a lot of business for Main Street. And it also, people out there who care and live there also reduce a lot of problems. The things that may happen don't happen when lights are on and people are around. So that's a real benefit for Main Street, all these projects, I think, whether I represent them or somebody else. The action is, especially between November and April, is a big deal for downtown Main Street. I own on Main Street. I'm a member of the BID. I'm on the board. This is just me personally. These are important projects, and Corey and the planning department have done, over the past years, have done an amazing job. I know not everybody's always happy with everything, but if you look at the overall picture, what they've done for Main Street. I was a summer cop. I used to actually take a little break at this motel and sit by the pool and rest my feet between when it was slowed down a little bit or a little hot.
Should go for ice cream.
Exactly. I know, I guarantee I did. Back then they comped you on it. You can't do that now. Back in the 80s. But what I'm saying is, Main Street's improved since the 80s. It was different issues. It wasn't being homeless, but there was a lot of other problems. And the money that the town has invested in the bid and all those other things, and people, volunteers like yourself, have done so much for Main Street. And it can get a hell of a lot better, but this is the right path.
Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, no, I just had one more question, just because I'm thinking through the clientele for this. A lot of seniors might want to downsize into these. Are any of them going to be handicapped accessible units? Have you considered that in your renovations, some of these first floor units?
You have to have handicap
I
accessible
bel-
units, don't you?
You know what, I don't want to make something up that I don't know the answer to right now. I believe through code we have to do certain requirements, but we're going to follow the building code is what I will say.
Okay.
Okay? And we'll follow the town regulations. And, I know that, and I'm very familiar with the the Americans with Disabilities Act and things
Right.
like that. My client has, her family have done many projects in the Commonwealth, and as testified here before, they invest in their properties, they maintain their properties, and they do everything the right way.
Okay.
So whatever is required, they will do, usually a lot more than that, but certainly if that's required, they will do that.
Okay.
And I believe that is required, so.
No, I think you're hitting the sweet spot in many respects, so thank you.
Did I see another hand up? Nope. Okay. In that case, to where we are, back to the commission.
That's good.
Yep,
Comments?
Thumbs up.
pardon?
Where are we in comments?
We have public comments still open until we go for a motion.
Okay.
So,
I would like to add something for the record.
sure.
So being the newest member of this council, I have seen some wonderful presentations, and I've seen some less than what are satisfactory for me presentations. And what I find that I would like the whole public to know is that this board sometimes makes hard decisions that are right for the town that are felt not so well by the presenter at that time. And I think this application, and it's tonight you being before us, I think this is a perfect example of how well this commission, this sitting group right here works. They expressed the concerns about it, they expressed all the things about the corner and the church and even Candy Corner and the whole thing, and preserving that area, and I just would like to thank, for me, as a resident of the town, this board for doing this, because I think, and also your client, she was so receptive to, and she said, we've done a lot of projects, we'll come back to you with another idea, and we'll do what we can to come back to you with another idea, I think, because she didn't promise. And this is spectacular, so I just think it's really a great example of what can come of it, but I can tell you in that moment of having to say, this isn't what we hoped for our downtown corner. And in the end, it is, now it is. So it's a success for everybody, but I just want to applaud my fellow commissioners on the work that they've done, because sometimes they do pretty hard lifting too, so thank you.
We're very
You guys are
well.
volunteers and it can be a thankless job.
Yeah,
This is like Beloved at Woodstock or something. My God, what the heck's going on? I'm not used to this.
Counselor Lucky, you had something else to say?
I'll stop after this, but just what
Wait, yeah,
Perry
you're fine.
said, she made me think of something, because you're talking about the public. A lot of people watch this as a recording or from home and stuff, and it's almost impossible to follow what's going on because you're not using the screen. You guys are looking at papers in front of you, but people at home have no idea.
Yeah.
So I would encourage you, Cheryl, if you can, to please use the screen
good point.
so that the people at home can follow along with what's being discussed.
Can I ask a question? Karen, this, I guess, would be for you. All of the stuff that you send us and the plans and all that, is that all able to be looked at by the public?
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just asking,
They
so,
could do
so,
that.
so people
Now,
can,
visually.
so everybody, if you're listening right now, you can actually follow along and look at all the plans and the
Except for
pictures
the
and
last
stuff we
minute
do.
stuff.
Yes, 3 of them came in just.
Yeah, sure.
That's 40 minutes before.
Yeah, 40 minutes.
Gotcha.
So, echoing what you're saying, just pointing out, but we do have an applicant, this is a well-balanced board, and I'm very proud of every single person here, because it is sometimes heavy lifting.
It is.
So, Corey, do you have something staff to say on this application?
I do not.
Okay, so,
Tell us how much you love us.
No.
in that case, no more public comment, I take it, so I don't see any hands going up, we're coming back for deliberation. And I know, Tom, you'd already said you thought it was pretty good, but then we set off, anything else? Nope, okay, so would one of the commissioners like to make a motion?
Before, are we all voting? I don't know what the voting
Oh,
pattern
that's a
is.
good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all voting because
everyone's voting.
this is, I think we can all vote, 1, 2, 3,
Yep.
4, 5, 6, we have 7, so all will vote. Closing public comment, would the commission like to make a motion on the findings, please?
I will. I move that the commission find this application to be compatible with the preservation and protection of the district at 473 Main Street.
Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Wentworth, Commissioner Watson?
Aye.
Commissioner Matthews?
Aye.
Commissioner Cronin?
Aye.
Commissioner Doherty?
Aye.
Commissioner Wentworth?
Aye.
I also say aye. Would somebody like to make a motion on the certificate of appropriateness, please?
Finish. I move to issue a certificate of appropriateness for the application at 473 Main Street as described in the submitted materials.
Second.
2 seconds.
Who seconded?
Commissioner
matter.
Matthews
Anybody.
and Commissioner Wentworth. And so we've got seconds. Commissioner Wentworth?
Aye.
Commissioner Doherty?
Aye.
Commissioner Cronin?
Aye.
Commissioner Matthews?
Aye.
Commissioner Watson? Aye. Congratulations.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks again, David.
Thank
Good
you.
presentation.
And again, please give our best to Jessica. She
I
did-
will. And again, she gives her best to everybody. She, does, really, when she buys a property, she gets invested in the town.
Sure.
That's evident.
She seemed like a very nice lady, so.
She certainly is, very
Smart.
charitable too.
Very
Thank you.
Drive carefully.
Thank you.
So, Paolo Peregrine, DBA Central Gables, 441 Main Street, Hyannis map 308 parcel 080 with regard to renovations, and then also with regard to signage. Can I ask you, do you want to take these together or separately?
We can take them together.
Okay, whatever you're comfortable.
Good evening, once again, Paulo Paraguay, with Polio P Inc., Polio Pizzeria, and now Side Door Bagels. So, not busy enough, you know. So this has been on, on our 5-year plan for a long time, and my wife and I are really excited about this. We're bringing in a sourdough-based, New York-inspired bagel to Cape Cod. I gotta put my pitch. Crunchy at the outside, soft and chewy. So, and we're hoping to open it sometime in May. Anyways, now that it's over.
Did we tell you we charge for advertising?
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm sorry. Hopefully the public at home when they're watching this, they'll be able to. So we can start with the ramp. So that location at 441, according to the town records, we're using that address, mail-in address 435. That is the old duck boat location. So that area does not have a handicap accessible ramp. So we're proposing there. We worked with Marianne Agressi, who was actually here at our last meeting, who had a few comments. Your last meeting, who was here, so she's the architect we worked with, and she designed this new ramp that is ADA compliant into that space. We want to make sure that the area is welcoming and inviting. You can see there that the ramp is not, it's kind of slanted, and there's a reason for that. If you haven't been to our restaurant, we have outdoor seating during the summer, and the purpose of that is to make sure that there's a nice pathway to the entrance of the Side Door Bagels. In addition to the ramp, we're also proposing flower boxes, which would be made out of AZAC white, similar to the ones that this board approved a couple years ago. To go, we'll add more flowers to that. We're big into the flowers, if you haven't noticed. So that is the ramp. I'm happy to take any questions at this point in regards to the ramp.
Can I ask you a question? It's not the ramp, but it's around where the ramp is.
Yeah.
Those utility boxes for me stick out like a sore thumb. I mean, it's your place, obviously, but I mean, it would be great if you could have some kind of, covering so that way people didn't see it as they want. Just like it just looks.
No,
like.
yeah, I appreciate that feedback, and this is why we decided to make sure that we added more flowers there, just to kind of take away from the boxes, and so it's not, when you're looking into it, it's not just the railings. You can, the flowers we add into it. Sure. So we're all about that full fill and flow. So it adds that ambiance with there. So our hope is they'll take away from it.
Gotcha.
With the railing, it's a metal railing. Did you ever think of a wood or wood composite? Make it look a little warmer. You're gonna have the inn next to you now. It's got all wood fencing and.
I know. Yeah, we decided to go with one is the cost. I've applied for a couple 88 grants, so we're waiting to hear for that. See if we can get those in terms of the for the railings. But those are exactly the same that you'll see at JFK. I think I attached some of those in your application, JFK, and then the town properties at North Street restroom locations as well, and the post office. So those are exactly the ones that are currently being used.
I know they're around.
Yep.
In the location where you are now, with your building, with the inn and Candy Corner, I think a wood composite would look better.
Yeah, no, I can definitely make a note of that, and we can look into it.
You did a great job on the landscaping last year.
Thank you.
You spent a lot of money there, it really came out great.
It looks beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, it's, we want to make sure that, again, our whole, it's family friendly and inviting, right? We call it Piazza de Palio for a reason. That's we want to make sure that it's inviting for everyone, and especially with the flowers. And then so in the fall we also planted over 500 tulips, so hopefully those will come out nicely this spring. In a couple weeks, so.
I planted 500 tulips last summer, and the rabbits and squirrels. Every time I came home, I found little bits of tulips all over the
So
place.
I do have to say that we have not, thankfully, we have not had that issue on Main Street, which has been really
Not a
nice.
lot of squirrels.
But I can say that the flower pots that the baskets that we used during the summertime, we planted those last year, and not a single one lasted, because all the squirrels got to them, because we stored them behind Candy Corner, so. Yes.
The good trick to that I've discovered is to plant daffodils. They don't like eating
That
daffodils.
is what somebody just told me.
Yeah.
So any other questions about the ramp? If not, I'll move over to the sign portion of the application. So we'll start with the street sign. So basically that street sign is just a simple refacing. We have the existing interior lit sign. All that we're proposing is with our new logo, which is black, white, and the goldenrod color, which is one of the historic palette colors. We will just be facing that, changing the face of that interior lit sign. And along with that, we'll also be changing the top sign to a white, just as is now, because it's the one that's up there is pretty old, just to make it look nice. And those are for, I know we only have it pictured here on one side, that is a double-sided sign.
So, question for you here, Paulo.
Yes.
The Palio Pizzeria sign, is that internally lit?
Correct.
It is?
Yes.
Okay. Because our regulations don't allow internally lit signs. So, I don't know what to do on this one. It's section 8, the following sign types are prohibited in downtown Hyannis, internally illuminated signs. So, but I understand now you have one that's already internally illuminated. So,
You must have got the variance for that.
yeah, so that would be our call if we wanted just to let it go since they already have the one there.
So these signs, I believe within the statute of the current existing structure, it's grandfathered in, if I'm correct. It's grandfathered in because it has always been used as a sign. And the reason for that, previous to that, it was interiorly lit with the Cape Bull and the duck boat.
Yep. No, I'm not.
So these are not new signs. They're
No, I
just
know, but I'm
existing
just-
signs
He's just refacing.
that I'm just will be refacing.
Right.
And so if it's in there
yes.
before and the other one's in there before, I see no reason why we can't.
I would.
I have no problem either. I'm just stating what the regulation is, just so to
Yeah,
bring
no,
it
I
up.
appreciate
So,
it. That great question. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's also always discretionary anyway.
yeah.
Okay, and a good catch, because it's grandfathered, I didn't question it, but yeah. Okay,
So any other questions on that side? Okay, and then our second, which is a new sign, is the sign above a 9 square feet sign that will go above the door at the side door bagel. And this will be, have like a metal hanger from it, round with our logo there.
Yep.
And again, same colors as the sign for the other sign, the black, white, and the goldenrod.
How is that one gonna be lit?
So I'm gonna use the same existing light that's already there.
Gotcha.
Yep, no new lighting.
Perfect.
excellent. Okay,
And just to add on there, we chose these colors for a reason. All of these colors are, they go perfectly with our current Palio Pizzeria black, goldenrod, and red sign, red color palette.
nice.
Happy to answer your questions.
Any questions on the presentation?
Looks good.
Opening it up for public comment? Counselor
I have
Ledke,
just
go
a
ahead.
related question. Are you baking the bagels there, or are you bringing them in?
No, so all of the bagels are, it's an artisan bagel, so everything is handmade, hand rolled, and made on site. So we're utilizing our restaurant and our downtime, so we'll start baking as early as 4 o'clock in the morning. By 9 o'clock, we're all done baking, and then the kitchen staff for the pizzeria gets going once again. So
So it's
everything.
you're sharing the kitchen.
Yep, it's all one. It's all done within the Palio P Inc. Corporation, done in one kitchen area.
That's great, that's very
That is
efficient, that's nice.
Is David your brother-in-law?
What's that?
Is David your brother-in-law?
No, he's
Oh.
not, no.
Paolo, do you have a bagel baker? I mean, are you?
We do, yeah, so we have, yep, so it's, again, it's a New York style, we've worked, we've been in contact with, we were in New York, for 4 days, learning to make bagels and, you know, getting our hands dirty, and
That's
it's been a
awesome.
passion of ours, so
And tasting.
we've been making bagels for over 8 years now, so, we finally, you know, it's about time, and my wife's excited. The kids are all going back to school full-time. Our youngest is going to kindergarten next year, so that's, you know, that's her and I are taking this new adventure, so it should be fun.
Good for you.
Where did you go in New York to learn to make bagels?
Great question. I was hoping you would ask that. Where's Counselor Chris? All right, so now since I'm the last one and we have 2 minutes, I think I can tell you guys. So I was in Beacon, New York, and it's in the Hudson Valley. And I would recommend for everyone in this, all the counselors to take a look at it. The reason for that is that they have a main street that it's a mile long, two-way, okay? Main Street that's a mile long, two-way. They do not have a bid. And they've gone through a complete transformation of their downtown, and it just keeps getting better. And the reason for that is it's a mill town, all right? A lot of the architecture we see here with the bricks is there. And they have implemented, a long time ago, the form-based code that we have here with the 4 stories. So by looking into that and some of the examples, I love what you said at the last meeting, in that, you know, they've gone through the town and they've implemented the town has allowed for this. So you guys are in charge of historic. I loved what you said. And because that's exactly what they're doing there. And I was there on a Tuesday night. I went in for dinner. The street was packed. The restaurants were full. And they had live music. Why? Because they have the density. They have the density and the people living downtown, right? So it does work, right? So it does work.
Beacon, New York?
Beacon, New York, in the Hudson Valley.
Tom, you have a good place to go.
Well, it's, and they have some work to do. They have a grocery store. They have 5 coffee shops. They have retail on the first floor. You know, they have an amazing 100-year-old chocolatier company who has multiple locations. Everything's made there in this beautiful historic building. So they're really doing everything they can. They really don't have a chamber of commerce to support them. It's kind of weird. And they don't have a bid.
Wow.
So it's like, the way that I look at it is, how is, a town like this is capable of growing so much and getting to the point where they are. I mean, you have to understand, this downtown went through a phase that after all the mills shut down, it was like homeless country
Sure.
and addicts, and now it's vibrant with young professionals. They have a supermarket, plenty of parking. It's well lit, 2-way Main Street.
You should be on the Chamber of Commerce. You should start it up.
On theirs, no. I'm current vice chair of the Cape Cod Chamber of Commerce, so I'm pretty busy at this.
Good stuff.
Okay,
So, thank you.
so, any others for public comment? Nope. Okay. We always welcome your comments, so, all right. So, are we ready for a motion?
Sure.
I think it's great, but I just would like that metal railing to be looked into as for wood.
Okay.
Or a wood composite. I just find that, I know they're all over town, I'd like to replace every one of them. But they're just cold looking to me, and I think what you're doing, your whole area is fantastic. And I know this isn't on the thing tonight, but I would cover up that box.
I think that suggestion is, that's a place to put like a wooden screen, three-way screen with flowers coming up and that kind of.
Oh, there you go. Lattice screen with flowers growing
Lattice
through.
with flowers.
I agree. Again, it's your building. It's your property, but it sticks out like a sore thumb.
It
Just
does
saying,
stick out.
Country Garden has them in stock. Just
You
saying.
can,
Oh, I thought you meant the electric utility boxes. Yeah.
Soil in the
you can
plants.
get, I have some at my house where you have the flower boxes on the ground, but
Yeah.
behind it, it has the lattice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I've done that
Yeah.
with the space
No,
between
that's a
my
great
two
idea.
garage doors. And then in the summer, I have like passion flowers or climbing red roses and that come up, and something like that.
No, that's a
It's-
great idea.
We're not
We like
telling
it.
you what to do.
Well,
they're
we'll
just
no, we'll add it
suggestions.
to our gardening, ideas. Absolutely. I was gonna ask about, possibly painting it with an artist mural, but I thought it was too soon.
Paulo, everything was going so well. What did you do?
Tom,
What's
would you
going on?
like to do
That
the
was good.
motion? Would you like to do the motion on the findings?
I'm not
by
moving a
images?
motion on that now, no way. I will start the motion, sure.
Okay, that sounds good.
I move that the commission find this application to be compatible with the preservation and protection of the district at 441 Main Street, Hyannis.
And can we just go, are we talking about both the renovations and the signage?
Yes, renovations and signage.
I'll put that in the
Renovations
motion.
and
And what, do we put
signage.
in the wood railing, or were you just gonna look into that? or-
To investigate the wood railing as a possibility, is that okay?
And hope he gets his grants.
That's a long motion.
Is there a second, is there a second? Are you okay with that,
Seconded.
Tom, with the way?
I'm not gonna hold it. I hope you really look into it.
Well, we
no
just-
matter your word.
We just put it in that it would
look
be
into it. No,
investigated.
I'm
I
fine.
put wood or composite.
Wood or composite, and you investigate the wood. So seconded by
Second.
Commissioner Wentworth. All right, again, everybody's voting, and this is on the two applications, the signage and the renovations. Commissioner Watson?
Aye.
Commissioner Matthews?
Aye.
Commissioner Cronin?
Aye.
Commissioner Doherty?
Aye.
Commissioner Wentworth?
Aye.
I also say aye. Somebody like to follow up and bring it home with the certificate of
Bring
appropriateness?
it home. I move to issue a certificate of appropriateness for the application at 441 Main Street in Hyannis as described in the submitted materials with the ramp and the signage and the investigation into wood for your railings.
For both the renovations and the signage.
Yes.
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Wentworth. You two are on a roll tonight, aren't you? Commissioner Wentworth?
Aye.
Commissioner Doherty?
Aye.
Commissioner Cronin?
Aye.
Commissioner Matthews?
Aye.
Commissioner Watson?
Aye.
I also say aye. Congratulations. I like it. Very nice presentation.
Wonderful.
Excellent. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And
Thank
once
you.
again, thank you for your time and
Yeah.
volunteering this. And I know it's not easy, so we appreciate you volunteering your time on it.
Thanks for giving Tom his next road trip, Beacon, New
Need
York.
more people like you on Main Street.
Oh, no, thank you, Tom. We have a great team downtown and we're very fortunate to have the support of, this council and multiple others.
And I love your seafood pizza, by the way. I love that. That's so good.
Oh.
We're gonna have a field trip.
We're going to Beacon, New York. That's the next meeting. We're gonna have to go to Beacon.
There we go, with bagels. Yeah, very good. Clark, can I ask you to
As
just
long as you don't have
update us
quorum,
on
Tom. Can't have quorum.
We can't have one.
Just a few
Cape
of
Cod
us.
Commission?
We'll take separate
What's
cars.
happening on that?
What is that?
Somebody tickled him.
It was fun.
What did you just say?
It looks like it's tentative for April 2nd.
April 2nd, okay.
What is? I'm sorry.
I asked for an update on the Cape Cod Commission with
Sarah
Sarah
Corley's
Corley.
presentation.
The wall.
And was there a
Cape Cod
joint
They're gonna be
meeting that was
here
gonna
with
be held sometime
the other
soon?
towns. They're gonna get, Corey's getting other town information on mural art.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
And the person from the Cape Cod Commission is gonna be at that meeting.
Oh,
I'll update on that, but I'll wait till.
You can ask for
So that's great, so tentatively for April the 2nd.
Yeah,
And
you're,
I believe the intent was to wait till after that meeting so that we can incorporate that into the design guidelines and then have a joint meeting with planning with regard to the proposal on that.
yeah, there will be further discussion at the April 2nd meeting in terms of next steps of the
Okay.
process afterwards.
I did send to Jim, I think I forwarded to you as well. Kevin, I forwarded a copy to you.
Nice to see it.
A proposal for that page. It's just a launching off point. It was putting together what we had, the changes that we wanted in, and it also incorporated what was done by the town attorney's office. But obviously we'll want to incorporate whatever comes out of the April 2nd to kind of run that one home.
is there a way that we could get a copy of that? It's been so many different variations and stuff to get a
For what?
copy of what it is that you're proposing.
I will ask,
I just want
because
to see what the
anything
content-
coming out group should come through planning. So if, Karen, are you able to, you probably have it from Jim, to send out a copy to everyone, just what I put together, but it's only a launching off point. This isn't the, the final thing. It's just I wanted to incorporate what we already had from the attorney's office, so that we pay attention to those things.
I just want to stress, remember, with the moratorium that we approved, we're talking May 19th is we have to have something done by. That moratorium ends. So time is ticking. So I'm
It is
just throwing it
ticking.
out there.
Are we able to move that up from April 2nd?
To when? To March
19th?
19th? Well, you're,
Couple weeks?
March 19th,
March,
that's,
yeah.
that agenda is
Pretty
super
full,
full.
right?
That agenda is pretty full.
Yeah.
So I think we should have an agenda where there's not so much on the agendas for you guys to.
Well, can you, I don't know if you can do this, can you just put aside April 2nd, April's, what would that be, 16th? Just put those agenda items in there, bang, bang, so we know that those two, that we'll try to clear those as
We can
quickly as
do that.
possible.
We can do that.
That way you hold it in place.
Clear what, from the 19th?
No, the next one is the 2nd, but if we can put an agenda item for the 2nd and for the 16th right now, so we know those two things are gonna happen, maybe that can kind of lessen what you put on the agenda for
So
those
we have
weeks.
them already in because we're running out of time.
What happens is once somebody submits an application, then your clock starts running. I mean, I can look and see what I have. I know there is something else on April 2nd.
But right now, we have the moratorium, so.
Right.
And remember, you can always extend the moratorium for another.
Yeah, I don't, to be honest with you, I mean, my opinion, I don't really want to.
No, I don't want
But
to
I
either.
mean,
What I'm saying is there is that possibility.
yep.
Okay. Anything else on matters not reasonably anticipated? Town Councilor Clark?
Yes, I'm just reminding you and your committee members that the town is offering a harassment training, March 13, 18, 19, I think, or something like that. And I hope you all received that, that letter from the council president. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, please try to attend that, and thank you for, I should have had that on here. Very important to do that.
I'm signed up.
Already signed.
Thank you. Here. Okay, would one of the commissioners like to make a motion on the approval of the February 19th minutes? And was there anyone not here who can't vote on that?
So move.
Everyone here? Okay. Were you here, Conrad?
I don't think I was here, no.
Just to clarify, if you're not here, but if you do read the minutes, you can vote on the minutes, so.
But you have to also watch the video, do you not? To make sure it's accurate.
Well, yeah, you have to read
Yeah,
them and, yeah.
Yeah, you have to do that. So are you going to abstain, or are you,
No, I'll vote, because I watched it on
oh, you did watch
Yeah.
it? Okay,
Perfect.
that's fine, we can note that.
Good reality
So-
TV.
Commissioner Watson. Oh,
Who
is there a motion,
seconded
is there a motion, oh, it was second.
On
moved
motion.
it.
I said so
Was there a
moved.
second?
I second.
It was Commissioner Watson. I said Commissioner Watson.
Aye.
Commissioner Matthews.
Aye.
Commissioner Cronin.
Aye.
Commissioner Doherty.
Aye.
Commissioner Wentworth.
Aye.
I also say aye. The minutes are passed. The next meeting is March 19th, and then we have April the 2nd. Bear in mind, April the 2nd looks like it's earmarked for the Cape Cod Commission. Thank you, Corey, for clarifying that. Staff, do you have anything more that you wanted to interject before I go for?
No.
Thank you very much for everybody who came and all their contributions. Did our town council liaison have anything you would like to say? All right. Entertain a motion for adjournment.
I motion to adjourn.
Second. Commissioner Wentworth.
Aye.
Commissioner Doherty.
Aye.
Commissioner Cronin.
Aye.
Commissioner Matthews.
Aye.
Commissioner Watson.
Aye.
I also say aye. We are adjourned.